So, what stock do I think is set to explode? So, the stock that I personally think is set to explode this upcoming week is possibly Visa. And the reason I say Visa is set to explode is because if you look at Visa on the daily chart, right, you can see that the previous support was around the 258 level, right? And right now, Visa on Friday had reached a high of 261 and it finished closing at 259. So, with that in mind, right, previous support was around 258 and it finished above 258. So, Visa finished at 259. I feel like, Visa could, come back after, reporting earnings. I feel like in a way they could come back to the 272, 273 level, right? And if you look at it on the weekly chart, um, you can see that there's this long wick, right, on this candle. And usually when there's a long wick on a candle, that usually means that there's not a lot of, how do you say, there's not a lot of sellers, right? And so basically, in a way, that signals, in a way, like there's more buyers, right, instead of sellers. So usually, that could mean a positive sign for Visa and, for this upcoming week, right? And looking at their earnings, right? You know, um, Visa is a very positive company, right? I mean, all the way from 2005 minus 2007, they weren't profitable, right? But yeah, I mean, all the way till now, they've been profitable. And then if you look at their net income, their annual net income, right? Since 2014, they've reported positive income, net income. And it's just grown, since I guess I want to say since 2017, they've had like, their up and down growth, right? But you can see that, their growth picked up, from 2021, till 2023. And then you can see their revenue, right? From 2014, it's just grown and grown and grown and grown. And then 2023, they made almost $32 billion in revenue, in total revenue. So in a way, I feel like Visa is a very, um, a reliable company that's never gonna have trouble and stuff like that because their how do you say their income statement. It just shows that their total revenue is increasing each year, right? Surpassing each year's revenue, and then their net income is surpassing the previous year's net income, And so I do feel like, in a way, if, let's say MasterCard decides to report earnings and their earnings aren't that good, right? And it affects Visa in a negative way, probably my next personal entry point that I would look out for if Visa gets affected by MasterCard's earnings is around the 253 or 252 level. Now, the next level that I think that I would personally get into Visa would be around the 258 or 259 level. I think that's two good spots to get into Visa. Um, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna give you guys another stock pick that I feel like is also a good potential pick. And it's Starbucks. It's Starbucks, right? Looking at Starbucks on the daily chart, you can see that support is around the where is it? The 74 level. And I do feel like the 74 level is a personal good entry point to get into Starbucks. And then looking at the company's like earnings, right, or their financial statements, right? Um, their earnings per share, right? I mean, ever since 2004, they've been positive. 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, and so on, right? They've been profitable ever since. Obviously, they took a big hit when the that C word happened in 2020. I'm not sure if I can say that, but and then looking at their annual net income, right? 2014 all the way till now, they've been positive. It's been positive. Obviously, 2020 took a hit because of what, and then looking at their total revenue, at their annual total revenue since 2014, it's just been increasing. 2020 took a hit because you know why, right? But it's just been ever since just increasing. And so, in a way, I do feel like Starbucks, where it's at right now, is a personal good entry point. Now, let's say, the market decides to like avoid, or how do you say, like, let's say Starbucks reports earnings and they're like, the market isn't satisfied with Starbucks earnings, then I do feel like maybe um potentially the next entry point that I'm looking out for, my personal entry point that I'm looking out for is the 70 level or the 60 or the 67 level. Those are the two personal entry points I'm looking out for, just in case, Starbucks earnings decides to like, make them crash down a little further, right? But I personally feel like where Starbucks is at right now is a personal good entry point. Um, but yeah, and that's pretty much it. I mean, and another company, let me show you. This is another company that I want to show you guys. PayPal. PayPal, if you look at it on the daily chart, its support level is around the 58 or 57 level. I think those are two personal good entry points. And they're reporting earnings, right? But, looking at their financial statements, right? Or like how they're, doing overall as a company, ever since, 2012, they've had positive earnings per share, right? And what does earnings per share mean? It basically means that that company was profitable for that year. And so ever since 2012, they've been profitable. There's not been a single year since that they haven't been profitable. And looking at their annual net income, right? Since 2014, since 2014 till now, they've had positive income, and it's been in the billions. Now their total revenue is, let's say 2014 till now, it's just been increasing. Yeah, it's like in a way I feel like PayPal is super underrated. I feel like it'll have like a how do you say? It's gonna have probably like just like Meta, right? You know how Meta in a way was like crashing down and then all of a sudden it just went like, like crazy up, right? I feel like that's what might happen with PayPal. I feel like that could happen to PayPal in the future. Obviously, there's a lot of people that say that PayPal's growth has stunted or have or it's reached a peak. And yeah, sort of, but unless, PayPal can do more innovative things, I do feel like yeah, that statement is true, but I feel like, looking at their, annual revenue, it's just it's not growing like crazy, right? But it's like, slightly growing, right? And it's better than, how do you say it? I don't know how to say it right, but basically it's, good than not seeing, sort of like increasing revenue. Like that's what I kind of mean. I'm not sure if you understand, but hopefully you do understand. And if you guys ever want to like, search for deals, right? You can use this website called Finviz. It's called Finviz, right? You click on screener, you click on market cap, you select whatever, market cap stocks you want to look at, and then you click on, performance, right? And it's going to show you the stocks from worst to best, and then you can, analyze the list that Finviz shows you, stocks from worst to best. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the stocks that I wanted to show you that I feel that could explode by this week. And other than that, that's pretty much it. I wish you the best of luck for this upcoming week of trading, whether it be trading or investing, right? And if you guys want to paper trade, Webull lets you paper trade. And if you want to sign up with Webull, you can sign up with my Webull link in the description below, or you can sign up on Webull's website as well. Other than that, I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, take care. Bye. And this is not financial advice, as always. Anyways, take care. Bye.